Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, main screen. Okay. Hello. Oh god. Now the Photoshop is not on the thing. Also, it would appear that my chat is still not working. Oh no. Hi. Hello, Catholic Toy as well. Gosh, you know, I really don't know why my other thing is not working. Yes, boots today. I need to do one thing. Now, one thing is, need to fix my chat because it's not working. So thought I'd mention, you know, small status update. Status update on me. God. I really felt like I was, kind of nailing the voice thing on Friday. I felt really good about that. Because, kind of the only things I can really check, right, are, if I am resonating correctly. If you ever... Because I have some experience in singing. If you ever went like, thank you. I appreciate you commenting on my legs. If you ever go, and your lips are slightly vibrating, that means that the sound is primarily passing through where your lips are. And then some of it is probably going out of your nose, and that is basically the extent that I know from singing. However, it appears that my throat, was somehow injured in the process of doing that. I felt like I was doing it pretty well, but the point is that, I have raised my microphone's ability to catch my voice because I cannot speak very loudly right now. It's been messed up for the entire weekend. So I apologize if I seem lower energy. I'm not. I'm actually kind of fine. I'm actually kind of like, okay. Or I'm totally fine. But, voice feels a bit awkward. I don't know when that's gonna get fixed, but the hope is that if I keep it kind of low-key this week, that it'll be better next week. Yeah, because if I keep it kind of like this, it's actually kind of fine. I feel kind of fine doing this. I feel comfortable doing this. But again, I don't know why why I'm in pain. Yeah, the unfortunate thing about that is that you know, it's kind of like you have to be able to make mistakes to improve yourself, and the unfortunate thing is that clearly I have made some amount of a mistake by being a little bit too extra on Friday. But that is okay. It just means that I have to adjust accordingly for today and for the week, and we'll be fine. I know last week I was a little bit more down about it, but this week I'm good. Everything's good. I just need to like take it easy or whatever. So I'm doing that. Yeah, which also means if I stream for more than like 2.5 hours, I need chat to yell at me. Okay. So this is the battle map this week. It's actually fairly easy. I made this one extremely straightforward. And what's funny about it is that the two idiots who submitted their answers didn't pick up the power-up. I hate both of you. I also need to watch that laugh. I think that also does a little bit. But yeah. So I was gonna be really excited for today when I could unveil what the thing was, but maybe I should have like not made the I should have not made the preview kind of look like it was devil script. Yes, we're going to be getting to that today point. So, I say idiot lovingly, by the way. I don't know if you could tell. Yes, exactly. So, I suppose we'll go through the answers before we get to magic. So this is Poi's answer. Pretty standard stuff, right? You just kind of go up, you jump across, you grab all the streams, and then you're fine. Except Poi also went back, noticed the secret passage, which is great. Awesome. This is Cathic's answer. And instead, Catholic decided to search at the very start of the secret passage, which is also reasonable. Okay. And I like this one because, assumably, what we have done here is that we used time magic to restore the bridge that was broken there. I really like this one. I think this works. However, obviously the time magic solutions are always the ones that we can't actually go with, but I will be showcasing this one on Twitter. So, thank you for all your answers. However, the tiebreaker between this and this is that I hid the treasure at the very end of the hallway. So, I was actually kind of wondering if there was something that I wanted to do if you find it. And I thought it'd be really interesting that at the end of this hallway, there was a skeleton, actually, and he was holding onto a chest. Notably, there's an arm kind of broken off to the side of the chest, and if you looked inside, because we're not scared of mimics here, the chest is already empty. For obvious reasons. So, I suppose I can try planning a lore bit for if people ever find it. I mean, Poi is too good at playing this game, apparently. Because he keeps finding the stuff that I hide. Okay. So, about our little power-up thingy. That's over here. It was a simple place the flag, then pick it up solution, guys. Come on. Use your brainium here. I'm sorry. The lower energy I become, the more sarcastic I'll become. Sorry. So, introducing the flag throw. So, you would end up finding some difficulties with next week's puzzle if you didn't pick it up. But here is the new mechanic that I will be exploring for the next little bit. Probably for the next very long time, because I don't want to introduce too many things that people don't understand. So, we can now throw the flag. The flag, always gets thrown on whatever elevation you're already at. So if you're on, level 3, you throw it from level 3 to level 3. Or, I guess, floor 3 to floor 3. And that definitely made a lot of sense. I was kind of wondering if I wanted to preview the next level a little bit, because I already have it written. Because, as I mentioned before, I'll be visiting, family. So, I already have basically next week's stuff already planned. I don't normally work ahead. But we can now throw it. Please keep in mind that this will make the arrow shorthand a little bit more difficult to interpret. So I would encourage you to use arrows where you feel like they are required. Also, please understand that since I am the person who created these levels, I can probably understand where you want to go. So, I think the arrows have actually been quite good. But they probably won't be required going forward, so please keep that in mind. Because we kind of need them to throw stuff. Yeah, I was actually hoping that this was like a little bit of a preview for what you might need, which, spoiler alert, you know, these look like pretty good vantage points to throw a flag, don't they? This one too, I suppose. Hopefully that is exciting to people. I really like the idea of javelin tossing my flag. I do it from time to time. Please let me know. Are you excited to throw flags? Because I'm excited for people to throw flags. Understand that it is very strong, and it's probably magically enchanted. Currently you can only pull it back. Wow, Catholic, I should probably put you on the design team, because it's almost like I plan to, in a year, include being able to teleport to the flag. Spoiler alert. The unfortunate thing is that there's a lot of things you can do when you start including like a lot of powers and stuff. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to like only allow certain powers to be active at certain times, or maybe I would like say on the puzzle itself, like these are the puzzles that are active. Yeah, well, I don't have the actual puzzles done. However, does the monster come with it? No, it will only bring the flag. Also, as far as climbing the flag and stuff, I thought maybe that would be an interesting mechanic, but not on the map that you used it on. I very rarely. Should also probably really extend this flagpole into the ground, huh? I thought I was clever because I could like, you know, I thought I could always just cover it with my model, but apparently I can't do that. So, okay, let's move on. Thank you for the submissions. I'm actually very excited for I'm very excited for next week. I actually really like the map that I made. So please look forward to it. Alright, that being said, we're gonna move on to Magic. Magic, kick. Yeah, the reason why I put my feet up today as well is for the similar reason why I need to take it chill today, is that we are just going to relax. And also watch the world burn. I think that's what I put in the description. Because today we're playing, Best of One Standard. And the only deck I have ready for Best of One Standard, actually I have a couple. I might play the other one as well. But what we're doing for Best of One Standard today is, so we're going to be playing either Blue-Black or Sultai Control. And this is in the new format, so a lot of the old stuff is gone. And kind of noticed is that all the aggro decks are questionable. I think with the exception of Mono Green. I think Mono Green's a little bit scary. Also, I think I'm gonna have the music in the background just keep going. Instead of playing the Magic music, because I like my own music. But yes, I don't blame you, by the way, for not picking up the thing, because I'm sure, what was it? It's like, in a game, you can make it look a lot more tantalizing. Thank you, Catholic, I really appreciate that. I do enjoy this theme quite a bit. It's funny, because if we talk about, like, creative endeavors, like, it took me a long time to write this song particularly, even though it's fairly simple. because for creative things, they usually exist in my head for a very long time before I actually write them down. Because I feel like, since, I don't know, maybe I'm like a perfectionist or something, I want to leave it in my head until I feel like I've worked it out, even though this is explicitly against all of my training. As a tactician, you're supposed to write things out and put it on maps and do stuff instead of keeping it in your head. So, anyways, all right. Let me get the game on the screen. So I have to hide this. Okay. How do I put magic on the screen? Honestly, it should just be a game capture, right? The thing is, since I didn't, like, do it in advance, it's not set up. Okay, let's full screen that. Where is the game capture? This is a game capture. Oh yeah, I was testing stuff for tomorrow. So, because tomorrow we're playing Dungeon Fighter. I'm gonna warn you right now, don't play that game. We're playing it very specifically for a specific reason tomorrow, but I highly encourage against it. I'm gonna have that preamble at the start of tomorrow as well, but yeah, we're playing Magic. And this is literally all we're doing today. And we're gonna be fairly low-key. Oh, hold on a second. Did I turn off all of Magic? I think it should still have some stuff on. So I want the sound effects. The sound effects are quite good. This has 2 uncastable cards. And 1 removal spell. I'm sure we won't get punished for any reason. Let's turn music down, master up. I think that should be fine. So, you're going first. Oh wait, maybe I should turn down the quality. You're lagging a little bit. Yeah, I was actually, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but there's a really popular format in this game called, EDH. I think I have talked about this. But I'm not the biggest fan of EDH. However, EDH is kind of like all of the other, like, project-oriented games? Is that how I describe them? In that, if I get an idea, I kind of, like, go off the walls with the idea. And my recent project in that is I made an Abzan deck. So that's green, black, and white. Because I kind of feel like people, don't like it when I time walk on them multiple times when I play ban. That's kind of upsetting for some people. So, instead we're playing, super duper infinite combo garbage, which I think people also will not like. But it's a little bit of a different flavor. I'm playing, Tayam. And Tayam is really cool because, what they do is that you can remove counters. So if they're like +1/+1 counters, or now that I think about it, I wonder if they can remove lore counters. That is really loud for some reason. And you can bring stuff back from the graveyard. So, my bid deck, which is green, white, blue, for a very long time had a lot of recursion in it. And people also didn't like the recursion because they could never destroy my creatures. I also feel like we're not doing too hot here. Okay. I'm just wondering if I kind of just die here. Because if I play Onyx, it'll get the Tybalt instead of the Goldspan Dragon, and then I don't know how to deal with this Goldspan Dragon. I think I just play the thing. No, this was the other thing about playing Standard that I wasn't like 100% sure about is that like maybe I could have left out the counterspell on a previous turn, but I think it's a lot of doing just like the one thing and making it work. Anyways, so EDH. I look forward to putting things back on the board. Oh, is it creature or planeswalker? Oh, it's not even planeswalker. Sorry, I thought this also edicted planeswalkers. Yeah, I'm really excited to play that deck. I haven't been able to actually play it yet, though. Alright. Just wondering, so this seems to be like some kind of red-black mid-range deck. It's like, I'm pretty sure I lose to this thing. Because then they can play their entire graveyard again. And then the Goldspan Dragon does not actually kill me, but it's pretty bad. So I think what we do is... This is 4 and this is also 4. Can I cast both? Come on. Just suppose means I have to kill the Goldspan Dragon. Kill the Goldspan Dragon, and then they cast the other one from the graveyard, I die? Game's probably over. Yeah, so we're currently at the bottom of Platinum. This isn't like a super crazy, intense, like, ladder climbing stream or anything, I just wanted to play Magic. And then I also tried to prepare conversation topics that revolved around Magic. Because, you know, even though I'm only probably going to stream for 2 hours, I wanted to make sure that I was speaking for 2 hours. Because, you know, because I'm a smart person, I swear. Okay. So, we have a Board Wrath and a single target removal spell. I don't think we have any blue. We do have blue. So if we have single blue, we can cast... So we can't cast this, but we can cast our counterspell if we foretell it first. So I think this is fine. Yeah, I also want to do a draft at some point in time, but also I tried drafting the set and it was like really bad. Like I went 0-3. And what's funny about that is that I wanted to make a video that showed me going 0-3 in draft and then like smash cutting it together so that it's really funny. But the 2 times I tried to record that video, I was like, no, I can win a draft first. Like I can probably do well in a draft, so like we're just gonna draft first and then I'll, like, record the meme video after because I'm, like, tired or something or I just wanted to play Magic. But the 2 times that I went 0-3 in draft, I just wasn't recording. Which is really dumb, I know, but... Kind of curious if I want to foretell it or if I just don't want to. There's no reason to not foretell it, I suppose, because I can cast it anyways. So I think... Oh yeah, there's also a few like pretty major parts of this deck that are missing, which are the these kinds of lands. So these lands are really good because they can turn into creatures. So basically, if I used all the cards in my hand and then they also used all the cards in their hand, I would still have a creature left. Now, the thing is that these are rare wild cards and I don't have any. Yeah? It's interesting because I also felt like when I was drafting, I was like, oh, this deck's actually like kind of cool. Like, you know, I have cards that do stuff, and then I'll like, I built like Enter the Dungeon and stuff. And I was like, that's supposedly one of the better archetypes. But I kind of just got slammed. Also red-black. Which one's red-black? Because all of them have like a little bit of theming, right? I think? Or like commonalities between the cards. There's normally stuff like that. I'm also realizing now that like my foretell area is also where my phone is, which is kind of funny. Trying to try to get a card with foretell. It's actually a very interesting card. So I guess what this means is that for the next 3 turns, I can't lose to this this counterspell because they'll get to put it back in their hand. It's just a little bit irritating because I wanted to cast this draw spell, but it doesn't seem very good in the face of counterspell, buyback counterspell. Like, I can't imagine why they would, like, not play it last turn if they weren't specifically holding up the unseen card. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for this enchantment to run out and then just not cast anything. And hopefully that goes well. Okay, that's really good. So the problem with this is that I think the only answer I have is Disdainful Stroke. Yeah. Oh, you know what I should have done? I could have also just casted Poison the Cup, paying for the ward cost. Oh. You know what, actually? I forgot that they have the 2 mana from the Foretell thing, so this was actually pretty dumb. The interesting thing as well is they didn't cast it, so if I just let this resolve... yeah, so now they don't have the mana to cast the thing, right? Yeah. So we'll poison the cup on my turn. I think we can maybe also just let this thing hit me a couple times. Because it costs 6 mana to remove this thing, and that's kind of like ridiculous. I wonder if instead I can like poison the cup and then like counterspell their Foretell card. Done really well with white-black Venture and red-blue Treasures, which people say is good. Never got good decks. Now, it's kind of the other thing with draft, I suppose, right? Is that, like, sometimes you just don't get good cards. It's really interesting because, for me, that's one of the reasons why I didn't like playing draft. But, you know, it's really important to, like, understand what things, like, you can do and what things you can't do. So I just kind of like, or I guess things you can affect, right? Because, you know, if you draft like power 5 deck or whatever, like something that's not very powerful, it's like, well, I mean, what are you gonna do about it? You didn't get some crazy powerful card, I mean, there's really not much you can do, right? I don't know if I fight over this card or not. It's really annoying that this card basically also says draw a card in 3 turns. I don't really like that. But I guess the other thing is that it's just kind of like, it's a cantrip, it's not a draw spell, so you can probably just let it resolve. Most of the red-black drafts I had multiple bombs like Orcus and Even Death, as well as Kalain to hold it in together. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure. It's interesting, because the other thing about drafts is that it's better when you know the cards. I don't really know the cards. Yeah, so this is kind of what we're looking for, right? Is that I want to fight over this, and I want to fight over the counterspell. The unfortunate thing is that they already drew a card off of the dragon, which means that I'm minus for doing this, and I'm also minus for when they pick up the counterspell, which is really annoying. It's not a counterspell. That's very surprising to me. I want the land. I also want the removal spell. So now we have 4 mana to cast this and get rid of their other thing. If they fight over this, I'd be really surprised and also kind of laugh. Okay. I suppose it's not a counterspell and I was scared of nothing. But better to respect it and then, you know... Better to respect it, I think. Did you guys see the, I did the collar meme. I did the collar meme on Twitter. I did the funny thing. Oh, this is hyper bad. So this might have been what they were intending to do. If they spent the same amount of mana to cast a Planeswalker next turn, they still have this counterspell up. But I can just try and fight the Epiphany here. Yeah, I did the collar meme on Twitter and people liked it. Unsurprisingly, people like memes. I also like memes. Oh, that's really funny. I didn't play around Jwari's Disruption. I just figured it was saw it coming, but I guess I could have. Like, I had the ability to play around Jwari's Disruption and I didn't, so that's kind of my fault. Yeah, people liked it. I put a belt on. I was actually kind of thinking that I could, like, show up today wearing the belt, and that'd be, like, really funny, because there would be, like, a hand on the bottom of the screen. Because each of the PNGs also comes with, like, a hand, right? So there'd just be like a hand on the bottom of the screen attached to my belt. Okay, so I have no way of kind of removing this land because this only does permanents that are 1 or greater. Funny thing is that this can also still be counterspelled. Important to recognize is that I just lose to the land. So I'm gonna cast this. Yeah, it figures. Alright. Is it from something? Well, you see, Catholic, if you look really closely at the belt, it has a heart on it, and it also has some stuff coming off of the belt. So, for some people, they like putting that on different parts of the VTuber. if you had any intention of putting that on me in a different part of me, know that I am silently judging you. Please also understand that when I'm silently judging you, I'm also silently judging myself, so don't worry about it. So, we have 2 removal spells and a thing that is uncounterable. I actually gravitated towards the Sultai version of this deck because I felt like the, like having these, like, green spells... It's playing the 4-drop that can remove stuff, and it's also playing this card. And I felt like having an uncounterable threat is pretty good, and I also felt like having more removal was good. But as we can see from the last 2 games, wasn't great. I would not trust chat to hold it. If I say that I would trust any of you to hold it, would you, I'm gonna keep this hand, and we're just gonna keep going here. Shambling Ghast. I kind of wonder if this is the other deck that I want to play. Now the question is, do we want to foretell the draw spell or the removal spell? I think... The interesting thing about the draw spell is that I can foretell it for 2 and then hold up 2 later, or hold up 2 to cast it. I guess Poison the Cup also works in the same instance, but Poison the Cup also needs double black unless I foretell it, so I'll do this. Yeah, so I think this person's playing a deck... different deck that I might also play in a couple games. Interesting is that they're including snow stuff. That's a lawful. I wonder how much I want to fight over that like right now. Thing is that they get to draw a card if I cast Baleful Mastery for 2. Does this destroy Planeswalkers? It's not. So I'm wondering if it's acceptable for me to wait a turn, because Lawful, I think... No, Lawful can plus and draw a card anyways, so it's kind of the same, except they lose a life the other way. And then also I don't get to spend my mana. Let's do this. Yes, I also applaud the ability of other people to even present a color to other people. Or I should say specifically in context to VTubers. Oh yeah, by the way, the part 2 of that, where I'm being dangled by the belt, was also my friend's idea. So big ups to my friend for making me draw more things. So yeah, this was the turn where I wanted to hold up Draw Spell and Poison the Cup. Also slowly dying to the shadow, not shadows, right, the spiders. Yep, I'll discard a card, I think. Do I have time to cast this Coma? Yeah, I agree. It's just funny. Okay, so this is actually kind of a good turn, I think. Because, well, we're not going to cast this yet. But the hope is that they, okay, they didn't overcommit. Don't want Waffle. Don't even really want this. Yeah. I'm looking for a second black mana for this Board Wrath. There it is. So my hope is to resolve this coma so that I can beat the Tegrid's Lantern. But for the time being, I'm currently dying. Power word kill. I'm not really sure why you did that, sir. Or madam. What is this? Or discard a card. Deals combat damage, but that many plus and plus on counters. So... I need to play 2 cards by next turn, and I also have to discard 2 cards. So... I think I discard the lands and cast the draw spell. Yeah, let's get ourselves a little bit more blue mana. I'm gonna cast this because I'm gonna end up discarding 2 cards. Yep. I will discard a land. Wait, hold on a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I needed to maybe play a tap land? I'll have to cast both of these, but... we hope... I'm currently losing to the Lantern, so I'm gonna go really hard on drawing the land. Okay. And I would like to destroy this. And we'll discard this tap land that's not exactly doing anything. It's really good. Don't need the land anymore. So, if they make us discard now, I'll discard this, and then I have the last land to cast this Coma, and then we can start sacking the extra Serpent to the Lantern. Okay. So this has to be a green mana. I did want to mention, by the way, I don't know if this was apparent, but I did have a lot of fun playing Spirit Island. It's just, I feel like I was being too enthusiastic, which is maybe what happened. Oh no. You know, I maybe should have expected that, but also I was really hoping that it would stick. They can untap this, right? Oh, that's really good. So here's the problem, is that if they make me discard... If they make me discard stuff, I actually think that playing this is better. So if I... Because I could destroy the Lantern. If I destroy the Lantern, they get 1 activation, I have to discard the Planeswalker, and then I block the Haven. And then we're about even. But if I play the Planeswalker and then I draw a card, I still check the Faithless Haven with the extra card. I draw an extra card. I'm a little bit concerned if they have a removal spell or something, but I lose to that anyways. So I'm gonna play this. I think if I can draw the extra card, I discard my removal spell for this. So I have to discard the card. Then I have to draw a card so that I have a card to discard. Basically, the question that I was asking was whether or not I want to deal with the Tegrid's Lantern reactively or proactively. Oh, that's really bad. So now we have 3 threats that we have to deal with, and this does not deal with 3 threats. However, let's draw 1 card, because we can. And now we can see. Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate there. I think if I Binding of the Old Gods the Lantern there, then they can just Blood on Snow... Oh, wait, no, I actually would have lived, because they Blood on Snow the creature, they bring back the other thing, and then I would lose the next turn anyways, but... We're chill. We're chilling at the bottom of plat anyways, so it doesn't matter. Let's change it up, though, because I also have this deck, which... I actually think is pretty bad. I saw one list for it. I made the current standard version of it, and it's pretty fun, but it's pretty bad. I do also want to mention that I did get to plat, based on the previous season, because I was playing Sultai Control, and I was also playing a little bit of this stuff. However, now that I've been playing Standard 2022, I have not been winning, so... In case you were wondering. So, if the Shambling Ghasts die, I get treasures, which will let me cast these other spells, so I think this is fine. Sure, pin. Take this 1/1. And for my next play, here is another 1/1. Now, Plumb the Forbidden is supposed to be the big card that draws you like a lot of cards and usually wins you the game, but I also kind of want lands. And I can also draw a Plumb probably by the time it matters again, so... I suppose we attack. Because I probably don't want to block. Then we Plumb so that we can find lands, and then maybe we cast... we might actually cast the Sedgemoor Witch, if I find a land. So... Oh. I didn't consider it, but maybe I should get rid of this thing. Depends if I feel like if they have lands in their hand, because I don't know what ramp threat I'm particularly scared of, but maybe if they don't have any lands, they were kind of counting on this to be good. I think I'm a little bit more concerned about, I'm more concerned about advancing my game plan because I'm probably the aggressor. So I'm going to cast the Sedgemoor Witch. The next turn, I think the trigger resolves before Deadly Brew. So I can cast Deadly Brew next turn. Oh, they don't have a creature. So what we're gonna do instead is let's put some material on the board. And then we're gonna hold up this village rights. So in case they target any of my creatures, I'm gonna just sack it. If they don't target any of my creatures, I don't think I sack. Do I sack? The thing is, if I sack the eye twitch, I can get a thing from my sideboard, which I think I want to do. It gives me more stuff to cast. I do not have a proactive way to use my mana next turn. If they cast something that's worth getting rid of, then I won't do it because I can Deadly Brew instead. But basically, if they don't play anything, that means that like I don't have a good way to use my mana next turn, which means I pass and don't use my mana, which is kind of bad. Jessica's Chariot. I suppose that means my Deadly Brew's kind of bad, isn't it? Yeah, obviously this resolves, but... So what I think I'm gonna do is not sack the Eye Twitch and then just Mortality Spear the Chariot. I kind of want to land actually, so I'm gonna sack the Eye Twitch. I was thinking I could get in for like one blip of damage, which might become relevant, but I think maybe playing the land is more relevant. Let's get... Oh! I totally forgot I had this on my sideboard, actually. So I think I'll get this. That's pretty good. So now I can get rid of that. I also now have 2 green, which is cool. Yeah, so let's get rid of this silly thing. Then also I will play this Dina. And then we wait. So we're kind of waiting for another plum, because that means I can trigger the Witherbloom Apprentice a lot of times, which also triggers the Dina a lot of times, and we're just waiting for that card basically. Also possible to cast all these things in the meanwhile, which we'll probably do. It's kind of annoying. I think it's worth, why not Dina first? You got 1 extra ping. Oh, because I'm bad. Yeah, if I played the Dina, I was thinking when I read this that it's like, oh, the Chariot is above 2 mana, so gaining the life off of the pest that's not gonna die won't matter. But you are right. If I played the Dina first and then I Containment Breach, then I would get the ping off of Witherbloom Apprentice. The nice thing about Magic, I think, or the nice thing about card games in general, is that, like, I feel like people complain about backseating a lot. Which certainly if you're in, like, a tournament or something, and then, like, this has happened to a friend of mine, I'll tell that story in a bit, but it's like, it's kind of distracting. So it's the same as in a chess tournament. If someone tells you what the best move is, or like you make something that's not the best move, then it kind of like throws you off, or like it throws off your thinking, right? The thing about that though, in games like Magic, is that there's also a lot of probability involved. So Since I'm not playing in Mythic, the 1 point of damage probably doesn't matter. And I also have the board. And I don't think this deck would have a board wrath. So basically what I'm saying, right, is that I'm acknowledging that you're correct, because I know you aren't, right? That's fine. But I think it's really cool in card games because it kind of gives you like, it gives you a range for failure, right? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna win or lose a lot of games based on like what you draw. And looking for tiny optimizations like that will actually allow you to win more games, which is good. Like, when you're playing on ladder, if you're actually trying to climb, focusing a lot and getting all those like minor optimizations will actually have you win a lot more games, and you should totally do that. But that's why I was like, why didn't... to the answer of why didn't you do this other thing? Well, because I'm bad and I wasn't paying attention. So there is a fellow at my is this keepable? I have a treasure token which lets me cast the Sedgemoor Witch. And I have like 3 draw steps until it's important. Otherwise, I need specifically a black mana. But I also have 2 treasure tokens, maybe. Sounds like a little bit mopey. I'm gonna draw black mana, it's fine. Yep. So the interesting thing is that that's the other kind of half of it, right? Is that I actually like it when people, like when we can talk about the game, right? One of my favorite things to do with my friend is that we play a lot on Tabletop Simulator. So and I really like the videos done by Star City Games. They do a series called Versus Live, and I actually don't watch it that much, but I really like what they do because you have 2 kind of very good players who like talk through what they're doing, right? Because a lot of the times, like, there can be very specific reasons you're doing things. So I guess I wish I could have like giga-brained you and been like, no, actually I did that because I was playing around like some kind of, you know, I wasn't even playing around a counterspell there, right? Because they didn't have anything. So I wish I could have done that, but unfortunately I didn't. I'm just bad. So this other story. There was a fellow at my there's a fellow at my local game store who is pretty well known for playing casual decks, where like he brews, so he tries to make the best possible deck he can out of like a pretty bad brew. There's usually like 1 or 2 players. I don't know. There's a lot of players that are like that, right? Yeah, playing around Forcible. Yeah, boy. I'm glad you understood. So he's known for playing casual decks, and he was often criticized in tournaments for playing positions that aren't in a very good spot. And I just thought it was kind of sad because, like, there was one time where he got pretty upset because people were kind of standing over him and being like, you know, you can't win this game, just like pick it up. You know, you're making like 14 other people wait for like the next round to start and whatever, and it's just like, man, I understand wanting to like hurry people up and whatever, but I just felt like the way it was handled was not very tactful. And clearly this kind of player just kind of wants to take their time, enjoy the game and whatever, so like, you know, just let him have his thing. Again, it's not really clear cut, right? It's kind of like a 50-50 thing in the story. I just remember like feeling kind of bad. Yeah. Again, Catholic, it's kind of like, it's not really like a here or there thing, right? It's just that like, it's something that came to mind on the topic of backseating. It's like an interesting idea, I think, that like, I think if people were disgruntled about them playing the game and then they were able to talk to that person, or like they didn't talk to the person, maybe they were like a little bit disgruntled, or they were waiting on the sidelines and like it didn't disrupt the player at all, right? Yeah, it was a tournament, but like, you know, tournaments in your local game store are fairly casual, just for context. But if it didn't disrupt the player, I think it would have been okay, because you have all you have reason to be like, you know, it's the end of the round, and when the timer hits in Magic, you have 5 more turns to complete the game, starting with the player on turn 0. So they totally have all reason to be like disgruntled, right? Because it's like, well, I want the next match to start. I've been waiting. Especially people who play aggressive decks, they tend to finish very quickly. So I get it. But again, you know, don't bother the people who are currently enjoying their time. Hot Magic take. Wow, crazy. Okay, let's sack our eye twitch here. Might have actually been incorrect. Get in there! Do damage! Go get him, people. You got it. Definitely miss going to in-person tournaments. Hopefully gonna be doing that soon. What on earth is this? Beginning of your upkeep, exile all of the creatures. Alright, well, can I gain a mana another way? So if I do this, and then I cast Shambling, and then I gain a life off of Prosperous Innkeeper, then I still have 2 mana left to cast this Mortality Spear. Aha! And we get him for slightly above lethal. So yeah, the reason why like aristocrat kind of style decks were on my mind is that I've been playing this deck. So a lot of the decks that I've reached success with in like the ladder on Magic, on Shadowverse, also the decks that I used to be pretty well known for in like Standard were kind of combo decks. I always find it really funny because I like to tell my friends that I've retired to Control, like playing a Control deck, because most of them know me from when I started playing Control. But before I played Control, I was actually just a crazy combo player who would was very potent at playing a few decks. Hold on a second. So I feel like this hand is kind of slow, but we're gonna keep it. So yeah, the decks I played in other games are like I used to play Blue-White Heroic. I used to play Abzan Rally the Ancestors, which was a deck where you put a bunch of things in your graveyard and then you cast the spell Rally the Ancestors, which is an X spell double white Bring back all creatures that that have the cost X or less, so that was normally 3 or less. So you'd have a whole bunch of creatures come back all at the same time, and then you'd sacrifice them, which is where it has like the term kind of aristocrats. Cartel aristocrat, also sacrifice creatures. You do a whole bunch of effects all at the same time, and then you'd hopefully win the game. So the interesting thing for me is that I actually used to take a lot of pride in being able to beat control decks because people were always angry about them. And then I played decks that were pretty good against control decks because if you play patiently as a combo deck, you have more inevitability sometimes than control decks. Sometimes. It really depends. If you're on like turn 20, it's probably not going to work out for you. But, you know, somewhere in the middle of the game, the control deck might be trying to, like, resolve something that starts letting them draw more cards again and stuff, and that's kind of like your opportunity to really play some stuff that makes their life difficult. So on the topic of Magic players that are actually kind of jerks, there was one player at my local game store that, well, obviously I cannot say by name, but they were an interesting individual because in my time playing Rally the Ancestors, this person, by the way, was considered a pretty good player. That's why they were always upset playing against me. Is that I think lifetime against that player, it's probably like 30 plus wins for me and then like 2 wins for them. Where I take some amount of pride in my ability to play card games, but for this person, they this person basically could not beat me on yeah. Person basically could not beat me in tournament. Yeah, the nice thing about Rally the Ancestors, because I feel like I didn't explain this, is that Rally the Ancestors is an instant speed spell. So that means that I can play stuff on their turn. And a very common play against control. So this person assumably is playing a control deck, right? Now, this person has 2 mana. So I want you to picture the board state where this person has 2 mana, and at the end of their turn, I basically play a card that says, you will lose the game. So what this does is it forces the control player to go, well, I need to counter that or I lose the game. And then when you untap, you have all your mana back. So then if you play another card that says you instantly lose the game, to the control player, well, now they don't have any mana, right? So there's always going to be a point in the game where the control player needs to make a decision on whether or not they want to do something like this, where they want to commit to a threat with some amount of backup. The thing is, if the control player chooses wrong versus a combo player, then they lose the game. And sometimes, depending on how you play the early game, you can force them to make that decision earlier. So if I'm playing a deck like this, where I can leverage a 3-drop, I'm currently putting pressure on this player to do something, because they're currently losing. So if it ever hits the point where they can no longer allow this to stay on the board, I create another one of those moments for me, right? Where they need to play something here or they might lose the game. No, that's probably fine. Before I go to comment. So basically the combo versus control matchup I think is just very interesting in general, because the combo deck kind of needs to play like a worse aggro game plan than a good aggro deck would play, but then they kind of have a little bit better inevitability towards the mid game. So this is fine, because now they can't counter this Deadly Brute. Also, we probably still kill them in a turn, but I don't want to get whacked by this dragon. So you need to put enough pressure on your opponent so that they're forced to do things, and then you try to hold up like some amount of inevitability towards the second half of the game. And I think that's a very interesting thing, because the control player actually has a fairly large amount of play when they're doing that. I think it's arguable that I should not cast that Blood Chief's Thirst, but we're doing it anyways. Very interesting to me. Control player has a lot of decisions to make when playing against combo, I think. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot to mention, but like, yeah, I think it's, so, I find it really funny that back in the day I used to be very proud of beating control decks, and now I've retired to control them. And the even more interesting thing, I think, about the deck that I did well with in that one standard, which one was it? The one that I did well on Arena with is was Simic Nexus, and the interesting thing about that deck is it's a combo control deck. People kind of thought it was, you know, pretty miserable to play against, which I agree. It's a pretty miserable deck. But combo usually has an underlying game plan that's not just the combo, unless you're playing an all-in combo deck. So for example, this deck, right, is an aggro combo deck. So I haven't drawn any of the cards that make me, like, really win the game super fast. I'm just kind of playing a Sedgemoor Witch and then casting a bunch of spells. So Simic Nexus was a combo control deck, which, since that was around the time that I was playing more control, I obliterated people with that deck, especially in mirrors. There was a really funny thing you could do, which was the key holding card of that deck was Nexus of Fate. Give me a moment. I really hope I don't get this interaction wrong, because I'm pretty sure this is how it worked, but basically, what Nexus of Fate says is that the next player will take an additional turn. But because it's instant speed, you can allow their Nexus of Fate to resolve, and then cast your own Nexus of Fate, and you actually take the next turn. Which is kind of funny to me. Alright. Oh, they targeted their own dragon so they could get more mana. That's really interesting. Is there anything you can do about that? So I had a lot of fun doing that. So they block the witch, and then one of those things, and then they take one. So I want this Innkeeper to resolve, and I also want this Dina to resolve. I'm a little bit suspicious because they targeted their own Goldspan Dragon, even though I know, like, that's probably just the correct thing to do anyways, but I'm a bit scared of a counterspell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast this first. Okay, it paused. I don't know why it paused. We're gonna end the turn and hope we don't lose to Auron's Epiphany. I hope that was interesting even for the people who don't play Magic. So, again, I'm still scared that they might have like some weird thing here, so first thing we're gonna do... Actually, I think the first thing that we're gonna do is we'll cast this. And then we're gonna do it for X's 2. Because we still want 2 mana to be able to cast Dina, and then we can present lethal with these pests. Oh, I only have the Sedgemoor Witch. I honestly thought I had more stuff. But I've just been casting non-creature spells all game. That's really funny. I suppose we'll play this one. Maybe this looks enticing to you. Does this look enticing to you? Okay. So I've not casted anything. Suppose we attack with both. They somehow generate another blocker. It makes me kind of sad, but I think they have to double block the Sedgemoor Witch. Ah. I see you had another Magma Opus. Very cool, very cool. What do I do now? I'm wondering if I want to cast us for 2 now, so that I can get back the get back the Innkeeper as a blocker. What I can also do is if I cast this, hope they don't counter it. Which means at least I don't instantly die. That is unfortunate. So our hope is that next turn somehow I don't die and then they also don't counter this Agadeem's Awakening. Pretty unlikely though. Ah. That is too bad. Yeah, so it's those kinds of games, right, where player played fairly patiently, and then they were able to get kind of their board going. Good. The unfortunate thing is I felt like I had some stuff, but it wasn't really enough stuff. The Agadeem's Awakening lets me put a bunch of creatures back on the board, but I just didn't have any creatures in my graveyard. So unfortunately that happened. Kinda okay. Yeah, I was trying to like buy myself a turn while also paying them for damage, and then I was thinking like, if I drew any other way to gain life or something the next turn, then I would have had lethal, but obviously they just like had a Prismari command or something lying around. Probably doesn't matter. Cleric Tribal. It's like, this is more of a catch-all later. I suppose Deadly Brew is enough of a catch-all. Because I want to cast the Deadly Brew when I can also get back the Eye Twitch. And still attack for 1 point of damage. Even if I Village Rites next turn? Hello, JV. You have entered, you've entered the domain of speaking more quietly. It's okay. I'm streaming on a weird day today because I want to have a little bit more time at the end of the week because that is when I am visiting. So I'm actually already leaving on Wednesday. So the Thursday stream is going to sound like I'm in a different place. I appreciate that. Did I want to pick up the Eye Twitch or no? It's probably unnecessary at this point, as it feels like I'm playing against an aggro deck, so I kind of want to get the most value I can out of these Deadly Brews, because they're very likely to play creatures. Yeah, good stuff, JV. Always gotta make sure... Gotta look out for other members of House Lyria. We're all in this cringe bus together. Whether you like it or not, you showed up. So... Just whether you like it or not, you show up. Yeah, you showed up. So this is your fault. It's your fault that... It's your fault that I care. Alright, so we are again going to... I don't lose any extra damage if I kill my own Eye Twitch. Where's Whiskers? I'm not sure. I think Whiskers said that he or she keeps a fairly low profile, so if they're not here, that's fine. I'm not sure how appropriate it is to ask about your day. because I'm a small streamer, and interestingly, I actually... Is that interesting? I don't think that's interesting. I tend to watch, not as many, like, super small streamers, so I don't super understand the dynamic of whether or not I'm supposed to ask you about your day. Obviously, as a person, I hope that your day is going better, gets better, right? It always sucks to have a bad day, but I'm not sure how appropriate it is to go like, hey, how specifically was your day? Tell me your secrets. Tell me your secrets, boy. Tell me all about how terrible your day was. That was a joke, by the way. But hopefully that gets better. Move your blocker. Say hello to my 7 million pests. I think they were dead anyways on board, but... Yeah, for sure. Anything in particular that you feel like sharing? I assure you that I am a normal human being who can speak words, and I'm not, I'm not an alien. Also, if not, then that's also fine. I think I actually shipped the land. Could ship the second Witherbloom Apprentice, but... Also, how on earth do I pronounce this person's name? Amino Mina Kanushinokami. I think they did pretty well. Oh, that's actually brutal. Yeah, you know, I never really kind of intellectualized the idea that driving for a very long time is just brutal on the driver. But I remember at one point in time, I got on the topic of, like, truck drivers, and it's like, that job seems kind of brutal, right? Like, if you like driving and, like, you like driving for long periods of time, like, that's... Like, if that's relaxing for you, or that's, like, you know, your own time or whatever, that's fine. But, like, just by sheer concept, it's like, well, yeah, you have to be in a car for, like, a very, very long time. Right? And then for some of those people, I suppose they don't bring anyone with them as well, right? Seems kind of rough. Yeah, I know, right? It just seems like, wow, that's a lot of time you spent by yourself. Like... So, I'm kind of hoping this game we get to do the thing that I've been trying to do for the last, like, 5 games. Which is, when I cast the card Plumb the Forbidden, there's gonna be about 70 triggers that happen on screen. And I'm really excited for it. I just need my opponent to not get rid of all of my creatures. Okay. So... I'm gonna wait, because just in case they want to attack, I can block. I think the funny thing about what is currently happening is I'm pretty sure I'm playing against a life gain deck, which means that they're gonna have a lot of life. And normally for an aristocrat style deck, it's a lot easier to kill my opponent when they don't gain like a lot of life. Oh, do I just die here? I don't die. Ow. Yeah, as I said one time, I think, Catholic, I am interested in trying that. I also think the idea of learning is very interesting, and like, I'd just have to do a little bit of research beforehand. Yeah, that's actually quite good. Yeah, the good thing, Poi, is that you are back and you are in. You were able to catch the magic scene because I moved it. It's great. What's the other thing that I was saying? Yeah, learning is fun on stream. I think it's usually just that, like, I don't know how people feel about, like, starting things and not finishing them, because here's where I made the mistake, is that I feel like I scheduled too many, consistent games, or, like, playthroughs that I'm going through right now, where I feel like I could have, like, I could have waited on starting either the Shantae or the Celeste playthrough, but I started both at the same time, which means that I have a lot less flex spots. Here, and we block here. Actually, I'm pretty sure we block here. This doesn't have trample, right? It's not. Oh wait, that's really interesting. I can actually target this, and then I don't lose my pest token. Attacks here seem okay. You see, I'm now regretting not destroying the Prosperous Innkeeper. Very good. Very good. Game doesn't seem to be going our way exactly. Alright, I think I've seen enough. I'm pretty sure this means I lose, so we're gonna concede here, and I think I can play a couple more games, but also, I am being called for an urgent tactical meeting, and I will return in about 1 minute. Be back in a moment. Okay, we are back. I think it skipped the flag animation because my well, because my computer is a potato. Also, so if you want to know, the hotel I'm currently at gave us a room with a double bed instead of 2 single beds, due to it being kind of overbooked, so I'm sleeping on the floor. Please get enough extra comfort or suitable cushion. I have a 2 centimeter thick futon-like thing, so it's fine. You're paying for hotel, 2 centimeters, yeah. Yeah, if I could... I'd like to speak to your hotel manager so that I can, time magic them into the next dimension. Yeah, well, hopefully that's okay. That really does, like... I don't want to say it. It's like... if you booked a certain thing and then they didn't give you that thing, like, I'd be very upset. But sometimes there's not much you can do. I hope sleeping on the floor goes okay. Also, you know, sleeping, as Catholic suggested, sleeping in the same bed with a bunch of stuff, splitting the both of you is also an option. But there was a point in time, there was one time I did sleep on the floor, without a thing on the floor, and I remember I woke up and I had a very bad headache. It was actually so bad that it was like nausea-inducing the next day. This was when I was much, much younger. Seems acceptable. I think this is the, it's like the mono-white aggro deck or something. I think I kind of want to get rid of that thing. This attack is acceptable. Yeah, Catholic, I actually have an extra mat on top of my mat that, I'm very particular about. So, I usually bring it with me when I go to other places, so when I go visit, I'm actually gonna bring my, extra, like, comforter with me. So I kind of want to, like, I want to cast this Deadly Brew. And then it'd be really great if they sacrifice this, but I know they're not going to because people don't do that at this rank. So I suppose what we do is we, Deadly Brew the Pest. Okay. So... that's really annoying. They appear to have a lot of stuff. Not entirely sure how I'm gonna make it through all that stuff. You recently got a purple cushion for your computer chair, and it's great. If you were rich, you would seriously consider changing to one of the purple mattresses. I used to have a chair cushion, but it's like weird because it props me up a little bit, so I don't it's like I don't use it because I'm too much off the ground. I'm gonna cast this, which I kind of feel like I hope eventually I will have the ability to stop dying to all of these creatures. I had another story about... Oh, wait, what? I don't have anything in the bin. Whoops. I think I might need to cast this Plumb the Forbidden for no value next turn. Or... Oh, wait! Oh, no! It's because I have this. Oh, whoops. So I have to cast this for no value, and then hope they don't have a removal spell. You know, how I actually play a lot of Arena, or how I've been playing a lot of Arena recently, is just in my bed. Am I like a weird person for being able to operate my laptop while I'm lying down? Like, am I the only person who does that? The reason I ask is because I remember when I was, when I was staying at a friend's house, he explained that his brother also did that. Like, if you're lying on your side, right, you can, like, turn your laptop sideways so that you're facing the same direction as them. And I was like, wait, hold on a moment. Wait, I do that. Like, come on. Why you gotta throw me under the bus like that? I was wondering if I'm the weird one there. Okay. I think I can fit one more in. So I will do that. I will play... Sultai wasn't going well, so I'll just play straight blue-black and see how that goes. Okay, so we have lands and we have spells. So hopefully lands and spells will carry us to victory. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because I think that's also what my friend said, but they're like, why do you lie on, like, if you lie on your side and you turn the laptop with you, that's kind of where they were like, no, that's really weird, don't do that. I kind of say it's like akin to if you were like holding your phone like above your head. I also used to do that a lot with Arknights, but I haven't been playing that game a whole lot recently. Oh yeah, I also think I remember doing that on like my Switch, or rather I was borrowing a Switch from my brother. Oh, that's really interesting, and also kind of bad for me. It's indestructible. Indestructible, however, if I flunk it, then it's gone. Yeah, I know, right? It's like you rotate the screen to go with how your head is facing. I thought it was more funny that like it's like if you judge somebody else's like behavior, right? You go like, yeah, isn't that like super weird? And then it's like, it's not that weird, right? I don't think it's that weird. Okay, so here we will take the turn off so that I can actually cast a Skaven Lore. Yep. I think, right? Yeah, should be fine. Yeah, this deck actually looks like kind of sweet. It's the like green-black, not green-black, green-white life gain deck. It's looking at a few decks, but can only build so many. I don't think I want any of these lands. I don't know if I want the counterspell. Gonna flunk the Valkyrie, and then I suppose be holding up the divide by 0 a little bit later, but that seems very good. So now what we're gonna do instead is we're going to foretell this, hold up the Sod coming in case they have some kind of weird non-creature threat, and then cast Blood on the Snow next turn. Seems very good. Yep, this is fine. I'm fine with taking damage. So that's actually kind of good. Kind of want to land. Because if I get a land, is that a land? Yeah. Because now what I can do instead is I can cast this and hold up Flunk. Okay. This is honestly more of what I was expecting when I started this stream. Was I was gonna play against a bunch of creature decks and then just like clown on them, but again, I think I'm okay to take the damage. And I want to divide by 0 the Chariot so that I can Sod coming. Oh, are we back? So the thing I'm thinking right now is that if I Blood on Snow, right? I think I don't get to counter the Chariot because I didn't put this on Foretell. Kind of feels like a mistake. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, wait. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so now actually I have 9, which is good. So we destroy all creatures, and now if they recast the Chariot, we have the counterspell for it. If we cast any creatures, we have multiple removal spells, and then we have Mascot Exhibition, hopefully to clean up this game. Counterspell. And fuck. And deal with all of these creatures. Okay. Neither of these deal with the Chariot. Okay. Actually in a bit of an awkward spot because like if they draw something really good, and I think the Chariot's actually going to be a problem. Probably should have left up the the Poison the Cup for the Chariot itself, but I thought, oh, maybe I want to draw a better card, but that did not seem necessary. Actually, maybe could have also attacked with the 3/2 so that if they want to block. Well, that's really good. Oh no. Could they not crew there? Attacks, create a token that's a copy of... Oh, I suppose I could have blocked? I don't know why they didn't attack there. Do I want to attack? Because the other question is, do I want to board Wrath? Okay, and now do I want to board Wrath? I can saw it coming the next thing that happens, and then maybe I can like removal spell this. Don't think I need to saw it coming that. I'd like to saw it coming that. Darn, I got hyper baited. That seems pretty good. Let's attack. And then now we're gonna Shadow's Verdict. Doesn't look fantastic for us. So this is the point in the game where if I had a creature land, it would actually be pretty good. But I don't have one, so it's actually very good for the Chariot. So now I need to draw a counterspell for the Chariot. That's fine. I guess they now have 2 instances of, like, return stuff to the field, which is kind of gross. Yep. I don't have anything in the bin, do I? Need a counterspell for this. It's indestructible. Or flunk, I guess. It's a counterspell, but this could also exile it. Oh wait, hold on a second. Actually, I want to exile it, because if they Cleric class it again, then that's like really, really good. Okay. It is okay. So now they can't Cleric class that back. I'm kind of also looking for like a Planeswalker maybe. Is that good? To counter on something? Regain life, put counters on stuff. It's probably fine. Maybe I should have considered that this is like getting pretty scarily close to lethal. Because now we have a one-turn window to draw Board Wrath. Neither of those are Board Wraths. I cast Onyx. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 puts me at 5. So I think casting Onyx actually gives me a better chance to draw the Board Wrath. So I will draw Onyx, and I will draw something. So we plus here and try and draw like a Shadow's Verdict or the other thing. There's a kill spell. This is actually fine. We're gonna wait for them to go to combat. He's got to be the highest level cleric I've ever seen. Yeah, this guy's like a level like 9 cleric. We are allowing our opponent the opportunity to mess up by crewing the Chariot. Or actually, I think I had to like wait for combat there, because if I try to remove the creatures beforehand, oh wait, that would have crewed the Chariot, and then I could have poisoned the cup the Chariot. I mean, I'm bad at this game. Yeah, you get your creature back. Yep. Okay, it is very likely too risky to try and search for an answer with Onyx, so we're just gonna sack. Yeah, you got it. It's crude. Oh wait, that's really, really good! Oh no! Oh, that's so funny. I didn't know what crewing the thing did there. It was actually like really good. But they're attacking me. That's very interesting. I would have killed the planeswalker. I guess they might have thought, like, if I don't cast anything, then I can't activate the Onyx. So I will activate this and see if I get anything good. This is supposed to be a Crippling Fear, by the way. But I actually think in this instance, Sleep is actually better. Which is kind of funny. Let's play another Planeswalker. Let's say that your creatures go to sleep. Let's see what else we got. Probably put this on the bottom. Look really scary with a counterspell. Do I have anything for you? Oh, that's really cool. I think I want both of those things. If I cast both of those, that's... Oh. And that is how you do it. No, all you have to do is just cast, you know... Cast and play about 90% of your deck. And then you finally win on turn 75. Okay, so that'll be it for today. If you were here for gameplay and you would like to take off, thank you so much for coming. But we will go to updating the battle map. That was a fun game. That was fun. Okay, let us exit the game. And I suppose I will... Where is it? In the battle map? I can also unhide the battle map. And so the solution that won that involved grabbing the treasure was Poi. We found the treasure over there on the side, so let us use that. Also, as I was mentioning, while I do think clarity for the arrows is very good, you can maybe reduce the amount of them because now we have the shorthand for throwing the flag. Just moving forward, because I know the people who play this game are currently the people who are in the chat, so. However, I suppose I can also adopt that shorthand, right? So we made it all the way up to here, and then we're going to be going here tomorrow. Also, the people that showed up were as well Poi, JV, and Catholic, so allow me to put all of those tokens on screen. Very much appreciate you coming out. Oh, also, Lurkosaurus Rex. Okay, battle maps. Go to tutorial. Oh, it's not tutorials. It's under character tokens. So, I would like this one and this one. Did I forget to put your token on the map last week, Poi? I think I did. Whoops. Might have. 1, 2, 3, 4. What am I missing here? As well also showed up. Tokens, assemble! Oh, they're just decoration. I know I should probably keep the decoration stuff to a minimum because a lot of the stuff is, I do want to keep most of the things on the map as functional, also because, like, because it takes a little while to make the map itself, right? So, for example, next week's map took a little bit to make. I really like it. I'm actually really proud of it. but because I need things to be functional, I should probably keep the decoration stuff to a minimum. Yeah, I agree, Poi. And also, like I said, I will 90%, like 90%, I will understand what you're trying to do. So please don't worry about it being unclear. I super regret on like week 1, I was like, you know, clarity is important, because clarity is important, but also I'm probably going to understand what you're trying to do anyway. So don't worry about that. Because, like, I made the map, there's only so many things you can do, you know? Okay, so I will post the things for both categories on Twitter. Thank you again for playing the map. I know this week was a little bit boring, but I'm glad that you found the secret tunnel underneath. Because what I was thinking, right, was I know that this map is very linear, but what I was thinking was that maybe it would be hard to see that, like, it'd probably be a little bit hard to see that this is like a jumpable space. Or it's like you had to understand that, like, this is a 3-block jump, and then going back is also a 3-block jump. So if you didn't, I guess if you didn't understand that or didn't get it, then you wouldn't have been able to find the secret. So I'm glad you found it. So, that being said, thank you so much everybody for showing up, for coming, hanging out, having a good time, hopefully. And tomorrow we are playing Dungeon Fight. Yeah, I'm excited for that because it's gonna be funny. I hope. I don't know. It's probably gonna be kind of like this stream where it's like more chill. But yeah, more on that tomorrow. So I will say goodbye and farewell for now. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much again for coming. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Blop.